Welcome then to another tech video. In this video we're going to look at an extension that we can use for Chrome browser to help you with Google NotebookLM. If you're using it and you're using it properly, then you're going to get a lot out of this one, particularly if you want to use YouTube clips and you want to then import them into NotebookLM to use it to create resources. It's a really handy tool. Let's get into it.
I need more energy.
So here we are in my NotebookLM page. You can see I've got lots of resources in here. There's a lot of extra plugins which you might not recognize, which I'll go through in other videos in terms of how I'm able to organize all these. But what we're going to do is we're going to create a new notebook. I'm going to be using my Whisper Flow, which I've shown you in a previous video, to type some of these things just to speed things up. We're going to come back to this. So we've created a new notebook. We're going to come back to this in a second. Let's just rename this at the top at the moment. So I'm going to triple click to highlight all of this, or you can do Control A to highlight it as well if you're want to use some shortcuts and stuff, or Command A on a Mac, which is what I use. I'm going to use my Whisper Flow, so I'm going to press the button and go Diary of a CEO videos, and then let go, and not quite done that properly. Diary, there we go. And therefore we've got our title here, so that's what we're going to do there. Now, we're not going to do anything else with this at the moment. We're going to leave that as it is, and we're going to come back out to our main page here. We can see that it's got no sources at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and install the Chrome browser. So if you do a search for extensions in Chrome, it'll bring you to this page here, and all you need to do at the top is, at the very top, we're going to type in NotebookLM, and there we go. And you can see they've got these different extensions here. Now I'm just going to hit enter at the top to show you what this. I'll put a link in the description to the one I'm using anyway. We're going to scroll down. You can see the ones I've already installed. So it's got install next to it on the right hand side. And if we scroll down here, it says YouTube NotebookLM. This is the one we're going to click on. And then we go to it here. You can see it's got all the information here. And all we're going to do is you're going to click on it to install it. I've got obviously the remove button here because I've already installed it. And then we click on that. It's going to install it as an extension. Now, the benefit of this is that you can then use YouTube videos in NotebookLM to generate resources. Now you might think, well, I can just copy and paste the URL in, which you can do. That's really simple. But if you're watching a YouTube clip on your desktop and you want to quickly put it into one of your notebooks, that's the way forward. So let's just go to here. Now, I already mentioned I'm going to use this as Diary of CEO. He has lots of podcasts come out every week. There's certain guests that I like to listen to, but the problem I find is that sometimes these videos are quite long. They've got these interesting hooks at the beginning to try and get you to watch the rest of the episode. I don't have time to do all that, so I want to summarize it. Now, you'll notice that because I've added this extension in, what you'll see here is the NotebookLM button. So if I click on this, it then says create a new notebook or choose a notebook. So I've already created the notebook, but if I hadn't done, I could create a new one. I'm going to choose one, and because it's the latest one, it's going to be at the top here. So Diary of a CEO, I'm going to click on that, and that's now added that to my notebook, and I can therefore use it straight away, nice and quickly, and I can get it to summarize it. I can then go back into this. I can then also have a look. Then let's go back into these. So we're already subscribed to that one. Let's have a look at his other videos, and I'm just going to find the ones that I'm interested in. So not interested in all of these. Let's see if we can find something else. 8 hours of sleep is a lie. Okay, let's click on that one. Now it's obviously going to start playing all the adverts and stuff, so I'm going to pause that for a second. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to my notebook. And again, I could go back here if I want to create a new notebook, or I can choose one here. So I'm going to go Diary of CEO. It's going to add that straight away. And there we go. We've got that for us ready to use. And we can start to use NotebookLM to summarize it. As I said, I've got lots of these other buttons here that you won't see on yours because they're extensions that I've put into NotebookLM. I'll add more videos on those over time. But what's great about this, then I can summarize all of this. And then we can take it one step further, which I'll show you more in other videos about how we could create an interactive website with HTML code to develop this into a web-based tool. So if you wanted to do say for example, you find a video on there that's really good for students and you're thinking, well, I want to make this more interactive, I can show you in another video how you can take the information from your notebooks and put them into a HTML file, which then will create a website for you. And I can show you how to host that, or even share the link and send that out to students so they can use it as a resource. It's great if you're using specifications from exam boards, or you want to use exam papers, or any other knowledge information that you want to put into the notebook. I'll show you that in another video. I just want to show you this extension so you can use it as soon as possible to basically summarize videos on YouTube. Some videos won't work if they're protected. So it's not always useful for every single video, but probably about 90% of the videos you're going to be looking at, you can summarize and put them to this, and you can create them the resources obviously on the right, whether it's be videos, mind maps, infographics based on those videos, which I've done quite a lot of and shared. So feel free to download and install that extension on your desktop. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite have a version that you can use it on the iPhones. There is another way you can do it, which I'll do in a separate video, but for now, that's the quickest way to do it, and then you can use that information to create your resources for students. Okay, see you in the next one. Take care.
I need more energy.